All right. Varun. Okay, can you start us on number one?
What? For number one, I got.
Wait, go through the question before you say the answer. All that stuff.
How do you go through it?
Were you here Monday?
Yeah, he was, bro. You know how to go through it, bro.
Oh, like, do I say where I found it in the paragraph?
Go through the question.
Question.
Where's the important words of the
Okay.
question?
Right. Underline musical education and
Is that it?
and then after high school.
Okay. And then what do you put as the answer, and where do you find it?
I think I got E because it says he didn't like in line 30, 33 or it says he doesn't fool around with the bass fiddle.
Does anyone have anything else? Sid?
Nah, I'm with him. I got him into
Kriziko, do you get anything else for number one?
I said it was C,
That's correct.
because it talks about his graduate school fellowship grant. So we don't know what he studied in college, but it does talk about how he's interested in music.
Yeah, so, and also straight from the passage, last sentence of the first paragraph. I left home for college. My main musical involvement beyond listening and dancing was humming and whistling to it. So like that means it was probably not like it probably wasn't that like he didn't take any like wait. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it says like a personal interest, like the listening and dancing. I mean, not the listening and dancing, and like the humming and whistling. That stuff is like a personal interest. So yeah. Number two, Krishna.
Two and six paragraphs. And I got F.
Yeah. So. Okay, fifth and sixth paragraph. The answer is F. And what tells you that?
Because in the fifth and sixth paragraph is just introducing us to Taft and giving us the narrator's impression.
So those are two paragraphs. And yeah, so what is important about this answer choice for F is the varied musical interest. So can you give me an example of the varied musical interest in either of those paragraphs?
He did his school's marching band.
What else?
He would create compositions, down home sacred, secular, workaday chants, holidays, etc.
Yeah, so down here also, yeah. The late night radio broadcast and the many bands and sidemen. So yeah, that shows like the varied musical interests, like at the end where he lists all those different places. Number three, Sid.
I got a B.
Can you go through the question?
Yes. Narrator, feel, and then Taft Edison is Stockdale P. And then I found my answer on the eighth line, the second to last paragraph. Where it says Stockdale P. Then,
So read that. Can you read that part out
so
loud?
when I told him about my Stockdale P, with the hand, I didn't know what his response would be. That means he's uncertain.
Yeah. So you didn't know what his
He's not
response.
hesitant. He wasn't anxious. He's definitely not eager. So it means he's uncertain.
Okay. So, yeah. So it's uncertain, and then, like right here, it says he's unsure on how Edison will respond, but decides to tell him anyway. That goes right here. He doesn't want the risk of having him find out about it just incidentally somehow and wonder why I hadn't mentioned it. So that's why 3 is B. Okay. For Nithya, can you do that one?
I said Boston's band and was replacing. I said that it was H because in the second paragraph it says when the Lossman himself called and just happened to mention passing a track books had given notice, and in line like 84 it said that he hadn't heard the band during the period between Shackles and Scratcher with Crowder, which implies the fact that he played in between them.
Yeah. So right here it says directly in line 13 that he's replacing Phillips, and then on line 84 it states that he's the one who's in between Phillips and McFadrick. Okay. Number 5. Sid, can you do number 5?
Yeah, sure. I got narrator, first memory, and then bass film. And then it's D, and it says that when somewhere where 4/10 Hightower gives him the bass.
Where does it say that?
It's in the second paragraph somewhere. Or no. Yeah, it's in the second paragraph somewhere. No, it's in the third paragraph. It's 4/10 Hightower and gave me one by spring of the junior year.
Yeah, so that's straight from the passage. Line 34, 35. He talks about his teacher giving him a bass fiddle during his junior year. Number 6. Rohit.
So you underline most strongly implies narrator. Initially impressed Taft Edison, and I got H for this.
That's correct.
Right about this was it's like line 48. I arrived on the campus as a freshman. He was a junior and freshman more than everybody else. The school knew it because he was the student who conducted the school's widely popular college movement.
Yeah, so straight from there, he was the student who conducted the school's widely popular marching band, and he impressed me more than anybody else. That's why 6 is H. 7, Brianna.
Undermine suggests Taft Edison different from and conservatory-oriented students in
That's correct.
and then it's like in lines, lines from 56 to 69. It says, not that I would have to be fresh, I dislike or have no interest in that kind of music, or that his attitude is one of condescension.
Yeah, so it's one of condescension, as was the case of many conservatory-oriented students at that time. So it's showing how he's different from the rest of them. And that's why 7 is D. 8, Manvita.
I underline Taft Edison, Boston and band, and then Edison. And then I got after this, and I got it from like lines 79 and 80 because it says that from his computer, unsurprising, ever so casual response.
Yeah, so right here, ever so casual response. So straight from there, line 80. 9, Varun.
Number 9.
Yeah. Wait, where did Venkat go?
You want more?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Varun 9.
Lines 82 to 84.
It's 89, 91.
Oh, we're in 10?
No, wait. 9. We're at 9. We're at 9.
Oh, wait, never
Wait,
mind.
read the question first.
In the context of the passage, lines 82 to 84 most strongly suggest that Taft Edison okay, hasn't heard and repeat Jack Phillips scratching the back.
Varun, you need to, that was wrong too, and you still need to pay attention. Megan, can you tell me the right answer?
For number 9.
Yeah.
I didn't really know for sure about this one because it was between for me it was like A or B. Because if you look down in the last line here, he says that he hadn't played the band during the period between chopped up and was sketching like that person. So
Okay, so the reason why it's not B, you can eliminate B, is because he's saying he didn't hear it in between the time of these two people. But that means automatically that he has heard those two people in specific. So that means the period in between then, which is the main character, that's when he doesn't hear them. And that's why the answer choice is A. Does that make sense, everyone?
You doing math today?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. We only have 20 minutes after, probably like 20-ish minutes after we finish this. Okay, 10. Amitesh, can you do number 10?
Last sentence, lines 89 to 91. I got H.
Okay, yeah, that's wrong. I wanted him to explain why he chose it, so yeah. Yeah, why do you choose that though?
I chose that because is it J?
No, it's not J either. You got 2 more choices left, Amitesh.
Is it G?
Yeah, good job. Okay, can someone, Krishna, can you explain why it's G? Because I know you got this right.
Because the last sentence is that I would have had to pinch myself, so it doesn't actually do it.
Right here, conditional. I would have had to pinch myself. That meant he hasn't, so it's hypothetical. So it hasn't happened. And that's why 10 is G. Does everyone understand that? Who got that wrong? Sid, you get that wrong?
No.
Okay. Second passage. Alright. Lauren, can you do 11?
there's convert print date, determine print date on data book, and use method, research at names. I got B.
Why do you choose B? Where did you find that?
Is it D?
Yeah, it's D.
Because it's a
Okay, 34. Yeah. So like these 2 paragraphs where he's talking about like, so he has these 3 that he knows the data, 1528, 1534, 1547, and then how he's comparing that some of them, like the older ones have like breaks in them, and like the newer ones don't have as much. So it's like he has to use like he has to be able to like, compare like those 3 to each other to figure out which one's the oldest. Does that make sense? And why 11 is D? Is that a yes? Okay. 12. Varun, can you do 12?
I got UK.
That's correct. Can you go through the question first?
Alright, the most bibliographers and reactive possibility types German print date. I said already.
Okay.
And there's nothing about which the other person the whole thing. So it's like,
They're all guesses, so you can hear what they guess. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but then you're just looking at the first half of the answer choice.
Is he supposed to learn the ALISO first?
Yeah.
Arnav said that if you look at the first part, you can just cancel it.
Yeah, but have you ever heard of the half-truth answer choices? Where, like, half of it's
Yeah.
correct? So you want to make sure that the second part is, like, right, too. So is there any part, like, just look at the second part of all these answer choices now, and do any of these, and, like, are any of these correct if you just look at the second one?
Yeah. Except the last.
Okay, then you're right then. J is correct because the yeah. All right, 13, Brianna.
Underlying Elsaria and described as, and I said C. And it's line 25. It says copies of the 16th century of the Caribbean Island books.
Yeah, so that's straight from the passage, line 25 to 26. Yeah, 13 is C. 14, Mandita.
Underlying observations triggered Henry's hypothesis and I gave additional Elsaria and I got F for this. And I found this it was like you notice gaps here and there in the lines on the map. Lines that
Yeah, so right here, he noticed the gaps, and then right here, he noticed in the first edition there are very few, later edition there are more breaks. So that's why 14 is F. 15, Rohit.
So the underlying ninth paragraph on 40 to 47 kind of like stage 2. I got C.
That's correct.
So if you go up to the lines 40 to 47, like, just like you do a comparison. Like, look like organisms, comparing it to.
Yeah, so you have this, he's comparing them to organisms and using like their genetic code and like the mutations. The mutations resemble the breaks. The genetic code represents the state of the books, and the organisms are the books, and that's the comparison. It's like a simile, sort of, or metaphor. So okay, that's why 15 is C. 16, Sid.
I got
Can you go through the question?
right.
Go through the question. Let's see.
Indicates copper plates. Thinking copper plates.
All right, and H is correct. Where do you find it?
Where it talks about copper plates.
Okay, that's line 59 to 65.
Yeah,
That's not where it's found though.
so it's on 59.
You can't just say that's where you find the copper plates because the copper plates are talked about in multiple paragraphs. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Okay. Okay, so if copper plates were reused for printing, the copper plates would have had to been.
What line is this you're reading from?
I'm reading the question.
Oh.
69.
Yeah, that's correct. The printer would have to scrub and polish its pitted surface. That's why 16 is C or H. 17, Brune.
B, I mean,
Go through the question.
line 89, independent. And so you go to line 89, and it's like, we had using independent way.
So you don't know how to read the passage or like read the question. You just said it's independent.
Now,
So it's seven.
strong way.
That makes no sense. Oh, wait, no,
Like the parts.
Yeah, so you have to go back in the passage because there's always different types of context with every different type So,
I got B.
you got what?
D.
D? You sure? Yeah, it's D. Okay. So yeah. So it's separate. If you read it back to me, Varun. With
Right. Gave an independent way to estimate that date.
okay. So what's the definition of separate?
It's like one series, It's like segregated.
Give me one. Give me one. Give me one word. No. No. Varun, give me one word, like a synonym to separate.
Divide. I don't know. Keep apart.
In like this context.
A different way. A unique way.
Yeah, unique is a good word to use. Okay, what moderate? What's a synonym for moderate?
Medium.
Yeah, sort of like.
Mild.
Okay, voluntary.
Like muscles.
No.
Voluntary.
Varun, I'm asking Varun these questions. Yeah.
I don't know.
Like involuntary, voluntary muscles.
Okay, so what does voluntary mean? What does voluntary mean?
So voluntary means that you can. But you did host some.
Okay, can anyone tell me what voluntary means? Just give me
It's
one
not
word.
voluntary. Means that you're willing to do it.
Yeah, willing to do it.
So it's like
So
voluntary.
wait, so what are voluntary muscles that you can control?
Yeah, you can control voluntary muscles. Okay. Strong-willed. What does that mean? What? Okay, what does strong-willed mean? Give me a word, Sid. Strong-willed.
Like an ox.
No, give me a synonym.
Steadfast.
What, do you know what that means?
Yeah, it means hard-headed.
I don't know what that means.
Passion.
You know what steadfast
No,
means?
I don't know what steadfast.
You're going to U of M next year.
I got the 36, you got 20 on the science. 20 out of 40, which is like a 16. So today's science. Bet.
Okay, go.
I checked it.
Go ahead, check it again.
I'm the one who created them.
Check it again.
Okay. So yeah, 17 is D. 18. Okay, 18. Who hasn't answered a question from this fact? Amitesh.
The author of the passage, so I'll go to line 10, and it says, a biologist with a penchant for old books and maps. So that answer is D.
Okay, yeah, straight from the passage, just an easy question. So that's why it's yeah, H. 19, Nithya.
It's B. Oh, wait, that's the same. Unionation over time of wood blocks, and that would be found in 57 and 58. The drying of the wood would have taken place by the wood.
Oh, what do you say, 57? Yeah, the underlying cause is the drying of the wood, right there. So that's why 19 is D. 20, Rohit.
Yeah, and underlying hypothesis that he's tested and undated, like, recent testing already.
Okay.
I got that, like, at line in 74. His tests so far support the print clock hypothesis.
Alright, and you can also find it here, line 18 and 19. He employs a print clock. So, does anyone have any questions so far on anything? Okay, Varun, how would you go through passage 3? Like, how would you read through them, and what order would you answer the questions?
I would read passage A,
Yeah.
and then I'll answer passage A's questions. And I'll do passage B, and then answer passage B's questions. And then I'll just do 20 to 30.
Alright, so yeah, that's correct. Okay, so Brianna, can you do 21?
there's an underlying flowering, bamboo, and illustrate. I said it was D.
Okay, so where did you find that?
So it says like there's a community. I don't know if it's specifically this.
Okay, so I think you chose B because you looked at.
I said D.
Oh, D. Oh, okay. D is correct. Okay, I thought you said B. Okay, D is correct. So where did you find that?
Oh, now that we're getting it, it says on line 15, the location makes no difference. And there's like some current and the inner language passes between.
Yeah, the inner language, and then you have the communal. They share a communal knowledge. That's why 21 is D. 22, Varun. Oh wait, no, not Varun. Amitesh.
22. Line 5. I got G. Right.
Okay, why do you choose G?
Like the list. So
Okay, Sid, why do you put H?
Because it's not joint ownership.
Okay, Krishna, why do you put H?
because in the context communities use it as like they're all together, all part of the same thing.
Yeah. So then what's wrong with joint ownership?
They're not owning anything.
Yeah, so that's the thing. No one's owning anything. That's why G is wrong. We're just saying like one wasn't right. You can't like explain to me H is correct because F, G, and J are wrong. Bruno, are you saying you want to answer the next one?
Yeah.
All right, go for it. 23.
Alright. Old boys, line 10. SoundCloud. Okay. I said B.
Okay, why?
It says old boys, so something tells it to negate the polarity, like
Yeah, it's wrong. What's the right answer? Yeah, it's C, but I want someone who actually chose it to explain. Megan, can you explain?
Okay, so I went to the area where they talked about the sunflower, and it says an old voice from somewhere, a gene or a cell, and that's genetics. So using that, I just went here and it said been genetically programmed to grow.
Yes, so all that was important was the gene or cell part. That tells you that's the genetically programmed to grow. Does that make sense, everyone? All right, 24. Lauren, can you do 24?
Golden quotes the water readiness, support faith. And then in line 21 through 25. And then I got G.
Alright, so can you read out
Okay, there are occasions when you can hear the mysterious language of the earth and water are coming through the trees and emanating from the grasses, sleeping through the undercurrents of the soil, but you have to be willing to wait and see.
Yeah, the wait and receive part is the most important part of that. So yeah. So the waiting and receive goes back to the patience part. That's why it's G. 25. Krithika, can you do 25?
So 25, Crawford's account. Springtime, Nina's mother said anxious. So I said it was D.
That's correct.
So I found it in like the second to last passage where it talks about like it was hard and tiring and demoralizing work to make vegetables and then how his mother cried. And then the next one talks about a farm dies once a year.
Yeah, so you have this thing where it's like a farm dies once a year. It's hard, tiring, and then right here, farming asks everything of you eventually. So it's like, and it's like increase their demands. So it shows like how hard and tiring it is, and sometimes it doesn't like work out. 26, Nithya. Oh, okay.
I was choosing between B and D, and I chose B, but like I still want to say
B, okay. Okay, I don't know how to. Okay, I'm trying to think of it. Okay, this is why. Because it's saying why does the most likely reason springtime made his mother sad and anxious. He never talks about his mother thinking about this fact. That's his own thought, like unique to him. That's not talking about his mother at all. Like his mother doesn't say this at all or anything like that. Does it make sense? Okay, 26.
I have a question. I read it in Cracking the ACT picture, you like like not the intro, but like you see the part under passage 3.
Passage 3?
No, it's
Wait.
under
Yeah,
when it says humanities.
yeah.
They said that you need to read that. So you can
Okay, it's 2 sentences. You can read it. I mean, like, you should have 5 minutes extra after each, like, at the end of the reading, so you should have enough time to read 2 sentences.
I don't have fun.
Okay, then you have to work for that then. I read them, yeah, I read that, actually. A lot of people don't, I know, because they don't think it's important, but I do, because I think it's, like, especially in the comparison passage, where it shows the time when it's written, it helps with the comparison questions. But I don't think you should read it if you don't have the time. 26. Rohit.
According to according to Crawford, Roman is a Union Square, sort of desperate. They got J.
Okay, where do you find that?
I found that line 51 to 52 that the farmers seem sort of desperate. Vegetables are never perfect, and their customers are accustomed to being picky.
Okay, yeah, so line 51, they were never perfect, and the customers were accustomed to being picky. 27, you can go through that. Brianna.
I underline growing season finished, and then in lines 71 to 73, it talks about them being stacked in cellars and the fields for nothing stocks.
Yeah, so soon the season was over, and they were stacked in cellars. That's line, so yeah, 71, 72. And that's why 27 is B. 28, these are now the comparison problems. Manvita, can you do 28?
Yeah, I underline the buildings and properties point of view, and then I bet age figures. I don't know.
Okay. Can someone give me an example of when the first one talks about the sense of reverence and awe?
It's in the first passage. It says the sunflower grew into a plant of incredible beauty and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Over the summer, grew into a plant of incredible beauty. Yeah, and then throughout the passage, you can say like the communal knowledge part, and how like, and you have that bamboo where the author talks about how she like thinks it's cool. It's like that it can like grow at different places at like the same time. And okay, passage B. Now, where do you find the connection based largely on necessity? Brianna.
That's in line 83. It says farming is without community with nature. It's just a job.
Exactly. It's just a job. It's not about nature. Okay, that's why 28 is H. Does that make sense, Manvita? Okay, Amitesh, can you do 29?
29 I got A.
Okay, can you go through the question? The question, underline, what do you underline in the question?
Both arms. To convey their idea.
Okay, support also. So,
Like basically each passage talks like it's like a story. Personal anecdote story.
okay, and then where do you find the opinions? Can someone give me an example of an opinion in passage A and an example of an opinion in passage B? Krishna.
In passage A, this number being to kind of incredible beauty.
Yeah, so that's subjective, obviously. So, and like, so yeah, that's subjective. You could say that that's wait. My example I was going to give wasn't right. Okay. What would passage be? Krithika.
He was hard tiring, often weeping while rising her.
I guess you could say yeah, that's subjective.
Someone else
yeah.
might not think.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just his opinion overall on farming is one that's like, oh, I don't like farming. It's hard and tiring. But like that's not like a universal opinion or like a universal fact. So that's why those were places where you can find opinions. And yeah, that's why 29 is A. Does anyone have any questions on that? Okay, 30. Who wants to do 30? Varun.
Two passages, paraphrasing, and Crawford. I got G.
Okay.
He's okay. Linda is he's like, oh, she's fascinated by the sunflower.
Yeah.
The sunflower. Why did she help her show super dramatic about it? And then I don't know what pragmatic means for it.
Okay, who knows what pragmatic means? Before we go on. Nitya, do you know what pragmatic means? Brianna?
Like logical.
Like practical. Yeah, so like sort of like logical. So yeah, practical. So can you explain that? No, you don't need to know big words like that.
Like, so, like, he talks about how, like, he, like, works in the farm and stuff.
Okay, yeah, so line 84, it's just a job. That's what, that line alone tells you he's a pragmatic worker. That's why 30 is G. Does anyone have any questions on passage 3? Okay. Passage 4. Okay, 31, Rohit.
I will.
Okay, who got this? Okay, Nithya.
Disadvantage.
Wait, 31 now.
Oh, 31.
Yeah.
Is it not, is the passage not answered?
Yeah.
So, well, A, C, and D were found in the passage, so the passage is B.
Okay, let's go over where you found A, C, and D. Okay. Can someone just yell out where you found A at anybody? Where? Say. Just yell out like the line number.
Line 32.
No, that's wrong. Okay.
It's on line 15.
Okay, line 15. Yeah, the size of a continental USA. Okay, where can you find C?
11.
Okay, 11. Yeah, 1,000 toys. Okay,
You
D.
can find D at 48.
Okay, oldest data points at the eruption of Alaska's mountain. Alright, so that's why 31 is B. 32. Amitesh.
I didn't get it.
Wait, before we go on, who can we go around and say which question we stopped at? Kritika. 34.
Finish. Okay. 35.
31.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going with this anyway, okay? Okay. Nithya, can you do 32?
Yeah, that's a disadvantage. Scientific verbs. And then in line 26, it says these devices have their limitations. Probes specifically designed to provide surface currents have sensors which can quickly become obstructed by algae, barnacles, and other organisms. So the answer would be B.
Yeah. So, right here it says they can be obstructed by organisms that thrive in the sunlit portion of the ocean. And right here, G, they have sensors that are vulnerable to current dwelling organisms. 33, Lauren, can you do that one?
Lines 48 to 54. Deleting primarily those. I got A.
That's correct.
And then just because, and that's because stuff that I included, so it would lose
Yeah, so
that.
we have like the example is like the Alaska's Mount Katmai, and you have okay. 34, Kriska, do you answer this one? Okay, who got to 34? Okay, Sid, can you do 34?
35 too. 34 and 35.
No, 34.
I got J, and I'm going to indicate scientists determine Pacific configuration average speed Pacific subarctic dive.
Okay, that's correct. Where do you find that?
I found it where it talks about the gyre. Okay. Is it 82 or 62?
Yes, 62. So even though their overall pattern continually shows slight shifts in speed changes in response to the passage of large ocean eddies of variations in weather patterns caused by climate cycles such as El Niños. So it's saying that even though they have all these problems, all these weather problems that could potentially mess it up, the data, it still is good. So that's why 34 is J. Krishna, can you do 35?
So feeling problem goes in database, and I got D. In 90, line 90, and it says the however, he cautions the data recovery of an item found on a beach may not reflect and may have to be washed ashore. So that's basically saying that when you found the frozen may not be in it actually.
Yeah, so it's straight from there. So yeah, 35 is D. 36 Sid.
I got H and I did main purpose and 7 to 8. And line 7 to 8 says scientists who track ocean currents were ecstatic. And before that it talks about spilled crops. So the only reason would be transition to discussion of this word towards scientific significance.
Okay, so yeah, from lines 1 through 7, it just talking about the event of like the freighter and how it's like tipped over and all those like containers broke apart. And it never talks about scientists until line 7 to 8, where it talks about scientists who track the ocean currents were ecstatic, and then goes on to talk about like their use of like the data. And that's why 36 is H. 37. Lauren.
I do that one.
No.
Most of the toys spelled nicely, as you say. Not B.
Okay, why do you choose B?
I didn't really notice them, but the other ones didn't seem right because they're still drifting. The other ones have like 360, the average 3 years, and 1992 is the one I was thinking about. Not 360. And then I didn't think it would be eternity too. And then the Beaches of the Queensland Islands are pretty much blue.
All right, Brianna.
I think it's A.
Yeah, it's A.
In line 13 says most of the drifters have remained stuck in the Pacific subarctic island.
Yeah, is line number. Yes. What line is that? 13. Yeah. Yeah, they have most of the drifters have remained stuck in the Pacific subarctic gyre. Okay, 38. Sid,
Hey,
can you go through the question?
yeah, line 42, the phrase, and mostly, and line 42, I got hindsight power, which always taking the advantage of.
Oh wait, no, you're on the wrong question. 38.
I didn't think that.
No, 38. We're doing.
At what point do probes used to measure surface currents in the Pacific gyre? And then it says, what's more, line 31, what's more, probe batteries fail within months. So it's a G.
Yeah, it's G. So yeah, straight from the passage, the batteries. What line is that? That's 30.
31.
Yeah, pro batteries fail within months.
Within months.
39. Okay, yes, so just do this one too.
Yeah,
It's A. Why is it not C?
because it's,
Read it back to me with the answer choice C.
where's line 32? To map the currents and clock their speeds, Essenmeyer, Royer, and their teammates circumvented the disadvantages of modern electronic probes by controlling the energy produced. Well, it's not because it talks about disadvantages before.
What?
So disadvantages.
Yeah, I don't understand how that answers.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously he's taking the advantage of because it talks about disadvantages.
Okay, Nithya, can you explain to me why C is wrong?
Because you're not taking the energy that's produced by the floating drum.
That's what harnessing the power means. Taking the energy. But it also means taking advantage of it.
Okay, then what's the difference
Okay,
between?
wait. Because they're controlling. You're not controlling the energy. You're harnessing it.
Yeah. So the thing is, yeah, the controlling part is what makes C incorrect, because you're you're taking advantage of it. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to use different words because you're using the data. You're not like using energy produced by the whatever it is, the floating junk for your benefit. That's why 39 is A and not C. 40. Krishna, can you do 40?
Compared to speed of considered minus I like it there. To get humans swimming. And I got after the reference.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. Yeah, 40 is F. No. Okay. Wait.
The ending of class is only a suggestion. It's not a class excellence. Class ending is
Have you stopped?